Excuse me. Are you in need of assistance? I was just passing by, out on a late night walk, when I noticed your carriage on the road. Did you take a tumble when the carriage wheel broke? Yes, I thought you might have. The road is in poor condition and in dire need of maintenance. Well, you certainly cannot go anywhere tonight. Your horse looks tired. Your carriage is in need of repair, and the nearest town is miles away. Are you hurt? You are bleeding. Fresh, red blood. You must have scraped your leg. Oh, don't look. I'll take care of it, if I may. The sight of blood does not unnerve me. Not in the least. "'Tis a superficial wound, no broken bones, but it does need to be cleaned. I'll tear a bit of fabric from my dress. Do you happen to have a flask of water? Thank you. I suppose introductions are in order. My name is Isabel. I'm a countess, but I rarely use that title. My family name? Oh, I don't imagine you've ever heard of them. My family is old money, but not much of it is left. Most of our lands were sold off before I was even born. We only have the forest left now for hunting, and the old castle. You can see its silhouette against the moon. We mostly keep to ourselves. We value our privacy. This will take some time to clean. There's a lot of dirt here. We don't want a nasty infection to spoil you. Don't worry. I'll take good care of you. Are you of noble birth? I could see you were distinguished as soon as I approached. Your clothes are elegant, expensive. The fabric is exquisite. Is your coat warm enough? 'Tis a cold night. We don't want you to freeze. Oh, don't worry about me. I don't feel the cold. I am accustomed to it, you see. When I cannot sleep, I often go for a midnight stroll. I prefer to go out at night. Sunlight does not agree with me. My skin is very delicate. It runs in the family. Tonight I took my usual route. I left through the back garden, overgrown and unkept, but still beautiful. It's half wild by now, but the heavy scent of roses still fills the summer nights. Then I continued through the family graveyard. Yes, we have our own private graveyard. I passed by ancient tombstones, going back centuries, mausoleums as well. You can see some of the larger crosses from here, in fact. As I said, my family is very old. As I was strolling under the canopies and contemplating the night, I saw the light from your carriage and came to investigate. The road is in such bad condition that it comes as no surprise when someone is stranded here. 'Tis not the first time this has happened. Most people use the new road that evades our lands completely, but now and then a lonesome traveler decides to travel the old road, cutting through our woods, believing it to be a shortcut. You are not the first to find yourself stranded on our doorstep. There, all cleaned up. Does it still hurt? Let me kiss it better. Not too much. 'Tis too soon. There's something very striking about you. Your profile, your scent, the shape of your neck. 'Tis mesmerizing. I hope I'm not being too forward, but I would like to get to know you better. You must tell me about your life, where you live, your occupation, where you were going this evening, and for what purpose. My family is quite isolated. We seldom get to meet anyone new. 'Tis a self-chosen isolation, I suppose. the modern world moves too quickly for us. We prefer to hold on to the past. We let our ancestral castle crumble away with age, a bit more every year, while we roam our ancient forest, dine together every night, and read old tomes the world outside has forgotten. We have quite the extensive library at the castle. Most of the volumes are very old. I prefer poetry. I read every night, and when a poem captures me, I often go for a midnight stroll to contemplate it under the stars. I always carry a small book of poetry. This is the one I was reading earlier tonight. May I recite some of it to you? She rose among us where we lay. She wept, we put our work away. She chilled our laughter, stilled our play, and spread a silence there. And darkness shot across the sky, and once and twice we heard her cry, and saw her lift white hands on high, and toss her troubled hair. What shape was this? Who came to us with basilisk eyes so ominous, with mouth so sweet, so poisonous, and tortured hands so pale? We saw her wavering to and fro. Through dark and wind we saw her go. Yet what her name was did not know, and felt our spirits fail. We tried to turn away, but still, above we heard her sorrow thrill. And those that slept, they dreamt of ill and dreadful things, of skies grown red with rending flames, and shuddering hills that cracked their frames, of twilights foul with wings, and skeletons dancing to a tune, and cries of children stifled soon, and over all a blood-red moon, a dull and nightmare sighs. They woke and sought to go their ways, yet everywhere they met her gaze, her fixed and burning eyes. Can you imagine meeting such a creature? What a terrifying experience. practically spine-chilling, but at the same time alluring. Don't you agree? Would you like to meet someone like her? A creature of the night. I seem to have unnerved you, at least a little. That was not my intention. Or is it the forest? I am so accustomed to this place, but I suppose it might seem a little dangerous at night for a stranger passing through. I find it beautiful. I love listening to the night birds and all the chirping bats. We have quite a few of them, you know. They hunt at night, diving through the air to catch their prey. Other creatures, oh yes, there's quite a few, but you need not worry about them. You're perfectly safe as long as you stay by my side. There are no creature in these woods that can hurt me. 'Tis easy to get lost, though, if you stray but a little from the road. The forest is criss-crossed with small trails, often leading you in circles. I know them like the back of my hand. But you would be helplessly lost in there in a matter of minutes, lured by the marsh lights or something worse. It's much safer to stay with me and enjoy my family's hospitality for the night. You may join us for a late night supper, and I do not think you are in a position to refuse. Let us walk then, and I will send someone to fetch your horse and your luggage. My family might take a liking to you and offer you a longer stay. Yes, I think you could fit in quite nicely. We will go through the graveyard. Take my hand and do not let go. I will lead the way.